Okay, so we're going to do the all the A problems first, and then we'll do all the B's and then all the C's. Number 1 says solve the following linear equations for y. So this just means to put it in slope-intercept form. Your directions may say that. Remember that slope-intercept form is just y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we want to just solve them all for y. So my first one, all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this 3x over here. I like to put it in the front on the right side just so it'll look like this. Okay, so I have 2y equals, when it changes sides, it changes signs, negative 3x minus 6. Okay, and to get rid of that 2, I'm just going to divide everything by 2. So I have y equals, this becomes its own little fraction so we can see the slope better, negative 3 halves x, and negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So that's my answer. Okay, now to 2a. Make a table for the following linear equations. Use the table to graph the equation, and then we're going to use these graphs down here to graph them. For A, don't let this notation fool you, okay? This is my function right here, y equals 2x minus 5. So I'll just make my table. It's already solved for y, so that's good. And I think your teacher likes you to put the function in the middle of your table like that. Usually we pick negative 1, 0, and 1. And I'll just plug those in for my x, and then just do the math. So 2 times negative 1 minus 5, negative 7. 2 times 0 minus 5 is 0 minus 5, so that's negative 5. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 5 is negative 3. So I have 3 points right there that I can use to graph the equation. First I have negative 1, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I have 0, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 1, negative 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And you should get a straight line. If you didn't, then you did something wrong. You need to go back. Okay? And just graph the line. Number 3a, given the equation, use the slope and y-intercept to draw the graph. So A is already in slope-intercept form. The y is already solved for. So we can see both my slope and my y-intercept. Of course, the imaginary number in front of x is 1. So that'll be my slope. And then 2 will be my y-intercept. So all I have to do is go to the 2 on my y. 2 is my y-intercept, positive 2. And then I'll use the slope is 1. So 1 is just 1 over 1, right? So you go up 1 over 1. Any whole number is over 1. And then you can keep using your slope to get more points if you need to. Okay? And you should get a straight line, of course. Connect the dots, and you're good to go. Okay? Number 4a. Number 4 says find the x and y intercepts for each linear equation. Use the intercepts to graph the lines. So each of these will be in standard form. You need to keep them in standard form because, as I've told all of you, I use the cover-up method. So to find my x-intercept, all you do is cover up your y. Okay? So to find your x, if you cover up y, that says 3x equals 12. So x must be 4. So the x-intercept is 4, 0. Your x is 4 and your y is 0. For my y, what I'll do is just cover up my x. Okay? And I've got negative 4y equals 12. Make sure you bring the sign in front of it. Sign in front of it goes with it. So y is going to be negative 3. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 3. So I'll plot 4, 0, and 0, negative 3. And connect the dots to get your line. Okay. Number 5. A says find the slope of each linear equation. They will not give you specific points labeled, but we can just pick a couple. So I will pick this one, and I will pick this one. When you find slope, you always want to go from left to right, and you always want to go up or down first. So start with your left point. To get to this next one, we have to go down first. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, down 3, so that's -3, and over 2. So literally over 2. So -3 over 2 is your slope. And you can just double check that in your mind real quick. This line is going down, so my slope should be negative. Okay, so that's why it's -3 over 2. So that's a quick little double check. 6a, it says put the following linear equations in standard form. So this is in slope-intercept form. We usually want it like this, but to put it back into standard form is just ax plus by equals c. The x and the y are on the same side. That's all that means. And the coefficient of x must be positive, so a has to be greater than 0. Okay? So all that wants me to do is just put x and y on the same side. Kind of undo the equation. Alright, so I'll just move my 3x back over. It's -3 over here, so when I swap it over, it becomes positive 3x. That's a positive y, and that's equal to 18. And that's your answer, because the coefficient of x is positive, so we're good. On number 7, find the slope of the following pairs of points. So remember your formula is just m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you have your x1, your y1, your x2, and your y2. That just means second y minus first y over second x minus first x. Okay, so I'll plug those in, and I get 6 minus 9 over 5 minus 2. So that gives me -3 over 3, which is -1. And that's my slope.